Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today is 30th of November, Sunday. We were trying to go on a bike ride, but once we started, it was raining quite a bit. And yesterday as well, it was raining and it has gotten very cold in Bangalore, almost hitting 14.5 degrees Celsius at night. And even in daytime, it's pretty cloudy and rainy, and temperatures are around 18 degrees even in the daytime. So today we just started thinking we would go to a nearby location, but it is already raining. There is constant showers throughout the day. So instead of going far, we decided to go to a nearby cafe or the Shell petrol bunk where we will have some coffee and see how the weather is. And if it gets better, we will go a little far. If not, then we will have to wrap up fast today. I'm using the DJI Nano today, and there is a fresh update which are good. The first one is playback when the camera is used separately from the vision dock. So previously, if you want to play the recording and if your camera and the dock are separated, you would not be able to do that, but now you can do that. The second one is if you have connected a DJI mic and your dock and camera are separated, you would not be able to preview the live video, but now you can do that. But the only caveat is if you press the record button, then the live view will go away, but it will still show your mic on top that it is connected. The third one is natural wide field of view. So in this case, it will show you a wide view, and the distortion that used to come at the corners where the images used to look a little bent, that is sorted and the images would look more natural now. They also added horizon balancing, which corrects the horizon shakes to max of 15 degrees, and this keeps the view still ultra wide. There are two more features that came in. You can now have a password lock for your albums. The other one is the display style. It introduced a basic style. When you are recording, you can see where your icons should be. Another important update is the heating issue and power consumption issue. So this issue has been sorted. I have seen a lot of other videos where they have tested it for more than an hour and there is no heating issues. So that was one important part where people were hesitant to buy, but that has been sorted. Now it has become a great cam. For me, one important feature of this cam is if your dock and camera are disconnected and let's say your mic is still on and you press the record button on your camera without the dock switched on, it starts recording with the DJI mic directly. You don't have to wait for 3-4 seconds to switch it on and wait for it to connect, but it immediately starts recording using the external DJI mic. This feature is not even there in the Pocket 3 and the older generation, so that is really cool feature which is important for me. The Nano is very different from your Pocket 3 and your other action cams because of its size, and now that you can record without the dock with the DJI mic connected, that makes it even more versatile. You can place it anywhere you like and then you get to record the videos without anybody noticing that you even have a cam. I don't even take any mounts when I am taking the Nano because I just latch it on to the bag belt. I can also latch it on under my chin, and if you are in a car or something, you can just stick it to the body part, and it gives a very creative perspective even without any mount. And it is so light at 56 grams that you don't even feel it's there. If you put it on your helmet, you don't even feel it's there. So it is a very versatile cam, and if you're creative with it, you can do some really cool shots with it versus the Pocket 3. Amazing cam, but then again it takes time for me to mount it on my chest, and it's a little fragile. But this camera is also waterproof, so here it is raining but I'm using it and has no issues. And with these fresh updates that has come in, it makes it even more better, and I'm pretty sure DJI will launch more updates which will enhance this cam. So I would say don't hesitate to buy this cam. It's a good cam. It's available in design info, you can buy it. The latest updates that we got on the Action 6 is the hype that was created around the low light. That is not that great compared to the Nano or the Action 5 Pro. So even I am hesitant to invest in an Action 6 because it still would not be able to beat the Pocket 3, and it will be very close to the Nano, and the Nano has more versatility because of its size, and without any mounts you can use it anywhere in any creative place. So I feel the Nano has an edge, but if you still are interested in the Action 6, you can go for it. The low light will be slightly better, but not that great that you would want to invest that much money on it, because you will be disappointed a bit because it's not close to the Pocket 3. So I probably am deciding to not go for it and continue using the Nano and the Pocket 3 as and when required. Many a times when you are getting out of your house and you still want the cam, you tend to become a little hesitant if the mounting and all is a little difficult. But with the Nano, it gives you that ease to mount it ASAP on anything which has a clip. So that's why I think I will continue using the Nano. Not that I'm not going to use the Pocket 3, because if it's low light, definitely I think I should be using the Pocket 3 because it really enhances the footage. But at least for daytime rides, the Nano will do the job absolutely fine. Some places in this footage you are seeing that it is bouncing. That's happening because I have mounted it on my bag belt, which is around my chest, and it's a little loose, so when I go through wobbles or potholes, it bounces a bit, but I can tighten the belt and that should do the job. If I'm wearing my full riding jacket, then it becomes even more tight and stable. Okay, so that's the update for Nano. I wanted to give this update because in the last video I had mentioned some things were not working, but these have been sorted. And coming back to our ride, no matter how much we tried to go far, but it was raining, so we decided to come back and go to a cafe close by. So we entered the Shellbunk, where we have some coffee and all, and just have coffee and go back home. The camera mount angle is a little towards the speedo, but I think next time I'll fix it and keep it a little bit more higher so that you get more view of the sky and the road. Now yesterday only I had got my bike cleaned, but if you take it out on rain, then it gets very dirty, specifically the rear part. And unfortunately, when there is weekend, the rain starts, but when you are working and over the weekdays, there is no rain. So this is very irritating, because there is only 2 days we get over the weekend to roam around or have a bike ride, and that's when all these goof ups happen. You see a little bit of flickering here. That can be sorted out if you set the shutter to 1/50 or 1/100, and also the frame rate can be made to 25 frames. I tried that later in the video, so you will see that the flickering would go away. So here I have just set the frame rate to 25 frames, 4K 25 frames. Kept the shutter at 1/100, and I can see the flickering has gone away. What I will try next is I will keep the shutter from 1/100 to 8000 and only set the frame rate to 25 frames and see if that also solves the flickering issue. Because in India you have 50 Hertz, so if you match the 25 frames or the shutter to 1/50 or 1/100 or 1/200, the flickering should ideally go away. So here I was trying out some creativity, right? Because it is so tiny, you can just even put it inside the cup without touching the coffee, obviously. So I was just fooling around to see what perspective it gives versus the Pocket 3 or other action cams. Now here it looks a little funny, but I think if you get pro at it and use it the right way, you will definitely get a very different perspective from the cam. It's so tiny that no one was able to notice it. Last Sunday I actually went on a bike ride and I didn't know that it has gotten so cold. I was without my warmer or neck warmer, and because of it I fell sick a bit, so I was not looking that fresh here because I was having cough and cold, and it has gotten very cold in Bangalore, and on top of it it is raining, so that makes you feel even horrible with that kind of cold wind and rain. Now these bikes are meant for highway rides, but if you are in city, it feels that it needs to be pushed further, and with a lot of traffic it's not a lot of fun to ride these bikes. But if you get open roads, I think that's where the enjoyment happens. And to get to the open roads it's at least a 50 minutes ride, but then again we have no choice. We have to be around the city because it's raining, and if you go far on the highways and if it starts raining it would even make it worse. So we did not go that far and we're in city and went back home today early. Oh, that was a huge wobble. So definitely need to fix the belt part because on highways you will definitely have some wobbles, so that kind of should get sorted for the next ride. So that's all for today, guys. A rainy day, cold weather in Bangalore, and the good updates with Nano. We will come back soon with more videos, but that's all for today, and have a good rest of the day.